Hello lads, what is up? Hope you're having a nice day. On the previous episode, after dealing with the Muslims and taking some territory from the Greeks and also securing our control of southern Italy, we finally proclaimed the declaration of the Norman Empire. So now we are going to continue with our plan of taking control of the Levantine coast, as well as the plan of replacing the Roman Empire. However, with my earliest truce expiration not happening until at least 4 years, I don't have exactly something important to do. So I think that I will be invading the Nubians. Oh, never mind. I was under the impression that since they were heretics that I would be able to declare a holy war on them. However, I can invite a claimant of the Duchy of Nobatia in order to attack them, and I think that this is exactly what I am going to be doing. That's an interesting dose of pizza. I guess it happened because his father got an African wife, and you know, genetics in Crusader Kings 2 are not exactly the best at portraying mixed children. Anyways. So, with him being converted to Catholicism and agreeing to become my vassal, I am ready to press his claim and begin my invasion of Nubia. So here we go. It doesn't look like the Nubians will have much to do about this. And I just noticed for the first time just how strong Cumania got in this game. Not gonna lie, I've never quite seen this thing before. That's pretty horrifying. They have almost completely unified Russia. That's quite something. I wonder how it happened. Anyways. And there we go. Damn. So now, with my newest conquest giving me a border with the petty kingdom of Alodia, and quite frankly, with nothing else better to do, I think that it's time for us to continue spreading Catholicism to Africa. Once again, I found yet another claimant which I can invite, and I might as well take the opportunity. And there we go. This time I will just be using the levies of my Egyptian vassals. They should be more than enough. The Alodian king ended up having a little bit more troops than I expected, so I also had to ship in some reinforcements from Anatolia. There we go. And there we go. And the best part is that since we were pressing the claims of my vassals, I really don't have to deal with anything internal down there. My vassals can simply take care of it, and both of them are pretty loyal to me. Now, rather than continuing to blob on Africa like that, I will instead rest for a couple of years and let my levies replenish for my invasion of the Roman Empire. So, my husband just died, what a shame, and I'm wondering, should I remarry now? Let's see. Wait, what? I can remarry my nephew, the King of England? How on the earth does that work? He is only 8 years old. Why would he ever accept this marriage? Since I won't be able to get him any children. That doesn't make sense. So I just got a message that we converted Antioch and generally we are doing pretty good in terms of spreading our religion. Almost half of Egypt is converted, half of my Greek holdings are converted, almost the entirety of Anatolia has converted. That's pretty nice. My truce with the Romans ends in around 2 months, and thankfully the Germans finally just dismissed the Navarrese company, which means that I can now keep them permanently raised as pretty much a professional army. That's great. And it looks like an Egyptian prince is planning an invasion against me, but it will not begin until for at least 2 years, so I should be fine. I'm pretty sure that I will be able to defeat the Romans in less than 2 years, even though they have over 30,000 troops. So I could go for Thrace, excuse me, but I kind of want to go for Anatolia more, since as a Zur kingdom they are much larger and they will cripple the Greeks much more. And also it will obviously be much easier for me to siege their Anatolian holdings and build up a war score, since if I just send my troops to occupy Thracian holdings without occupying anything in between before, then I would suffer attrition. So yeah, I think that this is what I'm going to be doing. Together with my retinues and my raised mercenaries, I can raise over 25,000 troops. So I will also hire a bunch of mercenaries for the job. So I got the Zone of Arc event, where if you are in a large war, you get a religious fanatic commander with incredible martial stats to assist you. That's pretty funny, I guess. So a thing that I dislike about these events is that you keep getting spammed with them. For example, right now I can easily expect to get at least a dozen events about her and my vassals reacting to her. But anyways, with her 33 martial rating and her combat traits, I will make sure to put her to great use. So here is the majority of my force, 27,000 men. I have another 6,000 in Egypt. They will be arriving shortly. But anyways, I just found this lone Greek army marching into this province. And even though this is a mountainous province and I will be marching over a river, and even though the organization of my army is not yet maxed out, I am pretty confident that if I march them over there as soon as their movement gets locked, I am pretty confident that I will be able to wipe them out. So let's find out. Another 10,000 right here. I should be able to beat them before reinforcements arrive. Oh. And yeah, I am winning. Mostly because they didn't appoint a general on this flank right here. Yeah, easy victory. Yeah, this ended up being a little bit easier than what I expected. And it's obvious that if the AI doesn't even appoint generals, that it's going to be even easier. My truce with the Fatimids is also expiring in 2 months, and judging from the fact that I will be fighting a Fatimid invasion immediately after my war with the Romans will end, I might as well declare war on them immediately and not wait at all. As for the Romans, they are pretty much done at this point. All that's left is for me to build up the war score to 100, nothing else. Oh, it looks like they beat me to it. The Fatimids declared a jihad on me before I could end my war with the Romans. But that's not really an issue. I am pretty confident that I will be able to take on the Fatimids and their Shia allies just on my own. But even if I somehow can't, I will still get other Catholics to help me. Though I am pretty sure that they declared this war because they saw me being at war with the Roman Empire, and the AI assumed that I was in a rough spot, but in reality the war will end in just a few weeks. And of course I will immediately hire the Knights Templar for free. There we go. So now I will have to deal with some internal management for a while. And I think that rather than having to deal individually with each separate duke, I think that I am going to enable kingdom viceroyalties and just appoint an Anatolian viceroy, just so that I won't have to deal with the micromanagement. And I think that I'm going to appoint this guy as the viceroy of Anatolia, because why the hell no? I mean, he's content and it's funny. So I guess good for him. There we go. So now he can deal with the Greeks. I'm out of it. I just want to focus on defending against the Fatimid Jihad. Oh, and it looks like my grasp of Anatolia has gotten me yet another 4,000 troops from my vassals. That's great. The Fatimids even managed to sneak a little army of theirs to my Italian holdings, but unfortunately for them I got the money, so I just hired some mercenaries. On the Asian front, on the other hand, it looks like they managed to get quite some support for them, and as for me, so far I have only gotten the support of the Pope. But I am pretty sure that our forces are still evenly matched, even though they got so many lords on their side. So a massive battle is about to begin here, let's see. Oh, we already won. That's great. Yeah, in the end they really never stood a chance. Despite me winning some pretty major battles, it appears that even more Muslims are coming, so I will obviously have to do something about this. I am also hemorrhaging money right now. I even had to disband some of the mercenaries that I hired. Anyways, I will now just unite my forces and go for a critical hit right here. And let's go. This is probably going to be the final major battle of this conflict. They have another 11,000 troops here that I didn't know of, but they aren't reinforcing their allies. That's so dumb. What? They could have won if they actually sent those troops. Look at how badly damaged my center got. Damn. The AI of this game has some serious problems. It appears that this army will also just stay there and stay idle and do nothing. And just like that, we repelled their invasion. Only 1000 cars. That's not enough to make up for the economic damage that the invasion cost me, but anyways. So with all my levies dismissed, which you have to do in order to declare war for some reason, I still have a good 12,000 troops, and I will just immediately use them to counterattack the Fatimids. So this guy right here is he is the vassal of a vassal of mine, rather the courtier, not the vassal, but anyways, he has a claim on the Fatimid Sultanate, so I am pretty sure that being an emperor and all, if I make him my vassal, that I will be able to get the entire Fatimid Sultanate in a single war if I press his claim. So let's check this out. In theory, that's exactly what should happen, but with Crusader Kings you never really know. So let us begin. His forces are completely depleted from the jihad, so this should be a piece of cake. So yeah, I believe that this is going to be a pretty easy war. So yeah, without much incident we won. The Fatimids yet again tried to sneak up on Italy. Once again it was a failure, and let's see. Yep. To be fair, pressing claims is sometimes a little bit broken. And I'm pretty sure that very few people will disagree on that. So my original plan of connecting Egypt with Anatolia is finally complete, with the exception that some of the Levantine coast is still controlled by the Seljuks, and since we have ignored them for a while, and as a result they have built up their strength quite nicely, I think it's time for me to weaken them a little bit. So there we are, with over 40,000 troops. As always, I don't really expect any serious opposition, but who knows. The spam that you get from messages and events once your country becomes great is unbearable. I really hope they do something about this on the sequel. Just look at this, I keep getting spammed. Anyways, let's just take care of this force. Nice. The Jews of Ethiopia declared war on me, rather they rebelled on me, which is pretty damn annoying because now I will have to send the troops all the way down there. That sucks. There we go once again, the Turks couldn't do much to stop us. And thus Syria is ours. So it was kind of becoming obvious since the last two episodes, but by this point I am pretty much undefeatable, and there really is little to zero challenge in anything that I am doing, thanks to simply how strong my empire has gotten. So even though I hadn't decided this when I started the episode, this is pretty much going to be the last episode for this series, since not only there is nothing challenging to do at all, but also the spam is increasing at an exponential rate and it is progressively getting unbearable. However, in order to end this campaign on a good note, I will first defeat the Holy Roman Empire in a great invasion, and then I will also get Constantinople for myself. And once I do these two things, I believe that this will be just about the perfect spot for me to wrap things up and end this campaign. And ideally, Abigail will still be alive by that time. So anyways, let me just deal with these Jews down there and then do what has to be done. Oh, never mind. It looks like my vassal of Jerusalem took care of it in my place. That's nice of him. So let us deal with those German LARPers by taking a good portion of Italy from them. So there is my force, a grand total of 37,000 men, and it doesn't appear that the Holy Roman Empire is occupied with anything else or any rebellion or so. Thus, I expect to see their troops arriving and contesting us very soon. Though it appears that for some reason their armies have depleted a little bit. Last time it was on 37,000, but now it's down to 28,000. It's probably because they dismissed their mercenaries. So there we are. So far our invasion has been uncontested, other than our Croatian holding getting occupied. Oh wait, never mind. It appears that they landed on southern Italy. Honestly, what's all this about? Why does the AI keep doing this? It always ends up backfiring on them since they are splitting up their forces. Anyways, as I said, they hired some mercenaries, around 6,000 of them, and now the balance of forces is a little bit more even. Though to be fair, I don't really expect them to do much. Whoa. That was really surprising. He is already surrendering. Oh well. I mean, as I said, I don't really expect any challenge at this point of the game. And with me having defeated both the Roman empires, having defeated the Germans, having defeated the Greeks, having defeated the Muslims, the Turks, the Egyptians, I will wrap things up by storming Constantinople. And there is my claimant. Let's get this over with. And damn, the current empress is really ugly. Holy fuck, that portrait. I think that this is the human phenotype, I believe. Yes, the Pecheneg one. Honestly, compare this to other characters. Some phenotypes remain attractive even at an old age, while others are simply fucked like that. Since the devs give more attention to some races. Anyways, let's get this over with. Anyways, here is my main force, 26,000 men. Apparently, I could find yet another 12,000 if I seriously mobilized, but honestly, I don't think that I will even need them. The Greeks are simply too weak at this point. I mean, I don't like to repeat myself, but honestly, this spam is unbearable. It's like sometimes you hear a new notification every 2 seconds or so. Anyways, let's get rid of this army. And I will stop wasting my time and sail straight for Constantinople. first from Nicomedia actually, and then for Constantinople. So there we go. This should be over in a few months. There we go. We are about to capture it. There. Now I'll just storm this city, and this should be it. Yay, I got Constantinople. Like it matters. Anyways. Oh, and it looks like one of the Catholic vassals that I appointed in Cyrenaica went and expanded on his own through the rest of Libya. That's nice of him. Anyways, guys, as I've said previously, with these two last successes of mine, this campaign is more or less over. I had a pretty good run with Empress Abigail, and you know, she was a pretty active character. But that aside, there is really not much else for me to do. And when you get this large in this game, it honestly becomes a micromanagement hell. For example, I lost Alodia and I didn't even realize how it happened, neither did I got any notification for this. That aside, each month I am getting dozens of notifications and events, and each year I literally get hundreds of them. Also, even with autos having the option to stopping plots automatically, I still have over 30 active plots. And I also have over 90 prisoners to deal with. And I'm telling this to point you out that this game really isn't optimized for you expanding. The wider you get, the less pleasant the experience becomes, which is why usually I prefer playing tall and limiting myself to a single kingdom rather than playing wide. For example, something that's really fun to do is limiting yourself to a single kingdom, Ireland for example, and then expanding by installing your family members and your dynasty members to foreign thrones as independent kings rather than as your vassals. And yeah, that's just one thing that I wanted to point out, and that I would honestly like to see on Crusader Kings 3, even though my expectations for this game aren't very high. I would like if they somehow came up with a way to reduce bloat and introduce some more quality of life changes for when you become large like that. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. And funny thing is that in the end I cheated for nothing, because, you know, some people mocked me for cheating and all, in order to make sure that my heirs will be of my dynasty. But in the end, Abigail didn't even die at all. So I really could have married her literally to anyone, and I still wouldn't have gotten a game over. So yeah, that's funny. Anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. My next video is most likely going to be a review on Crusader Kings 3, and I hope that you will be looking forward to watching. Anyways, thank you for your time, and I hope that you will be having a nice day. Goodbye.